Hey everyone, it's Abdullah. I'm back with another video. This time, it's not a tech video though. There's a big part of me that I've never showed you guys, and that is me being a car guy. All of my videos that you've seen so far have been tech videos. I've thrown a few hints here and there, like this one. Back in the day, my dad actually used to have a grocery store in that corner, and for the most part of my childhood, my brother's had a mechanic shop right here. And this is why I grew up around cars. He's always doing cool stuff, like this. And this, and even one of these. And this right here is my project car that I bought like 6 years ago and never got it to run. It's not much, but it's definitely a timeless classic with a lot of potential. I've put 3 engines in this thing and none of them ever worked. I think it might be time for a V8. I'm figuring might as well go V8 because we already have this RB25. This is another project that's just been sitting. And you know what? I think it's been sitting for way too long. And it has been too long. So you know what? I went ahead and bought it, and we're gonna bring it back to life. Now, if you don't know about 240s, let me show you. The Nissan 240SX came out in the late 80s and the early 90s, but it's still one of the most sought after cars in today's tuner culture. It's used by professional race car drivers and drifters all over the world for many reasons. The first, it only weighs 2,700 pounds. That's as light as a feather. And it has a 50-50 weight ratio front and back, so it handles like an exotic car. And it has a massive engine bay, so that gives you so much room for upgrades. And plus, take a look at how this thing drifts. So I bought my brother's baby. He's put his blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. And about $20,000 in mods. Take a look at the list. I was there through every step of the way. Now before I get to show you what it looks like today, we're gonna have to head over to my brother's shop and start moving some cars. Starting with this Winnebago. And that's my brother Bilal. He's the owner of this mechanic shop. It's not the same brother that I bought the car from, but he'll definitely be helping us a lot with this build. And that's his son Amir, running around these gearheads just like I used to when I was a little kid, and loving every second of it. How does it feel to have all the keys?
Powerful.
Yes. Yes, Mom, I have all the keys. Hopefully this key works. Woo!
Squeeze.
Just crush my hand, not the car. Oh God. Oh no, 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 no. We need a drum box. This is what we have to do. We have to clear out the whole shop so we can pull out the 240. Positive, positive, negative, negative. All right, 2 more cars. Oh wait, 2 cars down. Like 3 or 4 more to go.
Starting to clear some space. Next up, we got this Buick.
Oh, I can have this one? Nah, it's just a bet. Sure, I don't.
What? Move him here. More than halfway.
Yeah, almost there. I think we just have that one car that doesn't have any front wheels on it. That's gonna be fun. smoking, son. You're smoking.
Here.
Alright, ready?
Good.
So now that we finally got everything out of the way, let's go and show you what we're actually here for. This car has been in my family for almost 2 decades, and it's been sitting for about 12 years. This thing right here, I grew up around this car. I didn't only grow up around it, I helped build it. And here's a video of me from 2007, revving it away.
Alright, hey, go rev it.
Rev it up to what? To what? What's maximum?
Hold on. Okay, that's good.
My brothers would pick me up from school in it, and it was the best thing ever. Now the cool thing about this 240 is that it has an RB25 engine, inline 6, single turbo. This thing's getting about 300 horsepower to the wheels. Before this car had an RB25, my brother had turbocharged the original 4-cylinder engine, and that thing was really fun. But then one day, one of the oil catch can lines fell off, and it blew a huge hole straight in the block. That's not good. So that's when he decided to pull the engine out and put in the RB25. There he is sitting right next to his engine, and there he is putting it inside the car. And here's an extra picture of me standing in the engine bay. Gotta love that. It does need some love, but that's what we're here to give it. So let's go ahead and pull this thing out and give it a nice wash. So this battery's dead. We're gonna have to, actually I don't even think there is a battery in here. But we're gonna have to jump it to get it going. All right. So this car's battery is actually located in the trunk. We had to relocate it back in the day just to fit that massive engine in there, because this thing was designed to have the 4-cylinder, but when we slapped the 6-cylinder in there, we ran into a lot of space issues. So one of the ways that people conserve space in the front is by just relocating the battery to the back. Definitely not. We gotta replace these. It's not holding up. Don't fall on me. We've got power. All right, let's see if she starts.
First start. The new 240.
Infinity key. Wait, did I already put the key in the ignition? Oh no. I left it on the trunk. Almost had it.
Yeah.
I need to buy a new starter.
Alright, look, once it gets to that point, once you feel like it's gonna fire, just back off and try it again.
Okay.
And you're gonna have to give it a little gas so it'll stabilize. It's kinda takes a minute to start up.
rev it a little. Okay. I can't rip it too much though. We got some broken exhaust manifold studs. Unfortunately, we can't take it around and drive it right now. It does need a lot of work. Not too much, but it's been sitting for a while. We need to replace all the fluids. And the biggest problem right now is the exhaust manifold studs. There's like 2 or 3 broken exhaust manifold studs. Right here, where the exhaust manifold connects to the engine, there's some studs coming out and they're broken off inside the engine. So we have to remove the entire upper part of the exhaust system and drill out the broken studs. And while we're doing that, we figured we're gonna do some more maintenance on the car. Right now the power steering isn't working, so we bought a new rack and pinion. That's what's causing it to leak, or that's what's causing the power steering to not work, because the rack and pinion is leaking. And we figured while we're doing all that work, we might as well upgrade the clutch. So you can see right there we have all the parts. But unfortunately, we can't get started right now because my brother's shop is a little too packed. But we figured we're just gonna pull it out and show you guys what we have here. And we're gonna get it cleaned up, looking nice and pretty. That way when we come to start working on it, we won't get too dirty rubbing up against it. So let's get started. we got it all cleaned up. Now she's looking all nice and pretty, but she still needs a lot of love. I wish I could take this on out here, but you guys are just gonna have to stay tuned until my brother can finally free up a lift so we can go in there and do all the maintenance that it needs. Now we can get some nice skids, you know, and live that 240 life. You wanna come in here? Unfortunately, we couldn't escape the notorious dash cracking on these things, but who knows, maybe I'll fix it with some ramen one of these days. But man, this thing, it has that, if you know about 240s, it has that 240 smell. It's amazing. This thing, I remember I used to come here. Yeah, remember when I used to come here almost every day when I was a kid? I would come and I'd sit in this car for about at least 5 minutes every single day. I'd sit in here, shift the gears, and I would always think, man, one day I'm gonna own this car. And now the days come. I bought this thing.
Dreams are reality.
Yeah. So, man, it's gonna be one hell of a project, and I'm happy that you guys are here from the beginning. I hope you guys are excited as I am to get this thing running. Well, I mean, it's running, but you know what I mean. I just need some love. Just can't wait. I'd literally come here. Yeah. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this thing. Just free up a lift, bro. And by the way, this is a beautiful background. We got the shop dumpster right here, but this is gonna be the clutch that I'm gonna be putting in this thing. It's a competition stage 5 clutch, should be good up to about 500 horsepower. I've used competition clutch before. I'm not sponsored by them, but I used to have a 240 back in the day, and I remember I put a stage 5 clutch in it, and it was amazing. So I'm excited to get this thing in here. You guys take a look at what it looks like. It's a 6-puck clutch. It should grab pretty well. So that'll definitely be a nice upgrade. And then right here we have the exhaust manifold studs that we're going to be replacing. And along with the exhaust manifold studs, we need to replace the exhaust manifold gasket. So I got me a Tomei exhaust manifold gasket. So that's going to be fun. And then the only thing left would be the rack and pinion. So that'll take care of the power steering issue. Yeah, stay tuned. Next episode we'll be getting started, probably changing out all the fluids and getting started with these maintenance. So stay tuned. By the way, I also have this 240 right here. I bought this one when I was like 16 and I didn't have any money, so I kept buying like the cheapest motor that I could find, and I actually ended up putting 3 engines in this thing and none of them worked. This last one, I drove it for like 10 miles, 15 miles, and then it started smoking and I blew the head gasket. Yeah, we'll probably do something with this in the near future. Maybe an LS, who knows. Definitely subscribe though, so you'll find out. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. In this episode, we just pulled it out, dusted off all the cobwebs, and showed you what we got. In the next episode, we're gonna actually get started on the maintenance and hopefully have it ready for the road, getting those and getting sideways. So definitely stay tuned and subscribe because we have a lot planned for this thing. Thank you so much.